All right, welcome in, welcome in. Make yourself at home, make yourself at home. No, notice the word home has an ohm in it, and ohm's the frequency of light, right? The ohm meter, the electrical charge, right? They even call it the ohm meter. Electricians use an ohm meter. When you're going, I'm meditating and I'm using ohm meditations, and you have religious folks going, I go back the other way because electricians use the ohm meter because it's true. Let's just go back into the dogma again, right? So we just kind of talk about things. Just little truths I bring out, I just kind of revel think about. So this is something that really, and we'll say it today and bring it out. We're going to do it some etymology today. We're going to do another word of the day today. We're going to do etymology. Yeah, we are. We're going to bring out some etymology. The origination of where these words come from. We heard it in the last video talking about Faustian bargain, words or spells. What do they tell you in school when you're a child? Oh, come here. We need to turn you to writing cursive. We need you to writing cursive. Cursive. Yeah. Ooh, see something else in there. Like a curve too. But the cursive, right? They're throwing curveballs at you. And it's a spell. You need to take a spelling test. How do you cast a spell? Puppy dog tails, bat wings, or is it the language of the letters and the words using for the powers on the tongue, and the words are worlds, right? Word. Your word can create a new world with your creativity aspect. Because what are you adding between word and world? You're adding the L. The L, which is the part of electricity, right? It has the EL, but you're not adding an E, you're adding an L though. That's also on the measuring on for masons. They use might be a wrong way for you guys to see from where I'm at, but probably more like this. The L, right? The L. It's actually part of geometry, right? Somebody sent a message. You haven't did anymore. I do need to do some gematria and show you a few things. Yeah, definitely something we can still talk about. We're just expanding all the time here. If you're new here to our channel, please join. If it's something you want and you see, I feel it but I'm understanding and I'm open to it and I feel something about it, watch old videos, send me messages. Definitely answer questions. Definitely connect. I'm open for connection. And watch old videos. But things aren't what you think they are. And this is going to be another word of the day that will make you go, what the? If you're open-minded. So we're going to talk about it right now. You know what a seed is? A seed's something that you plant, right? See, you plant seeds. So we're going to do that today. We're going to plant seeds. We're going to go right here. Let's start over here, and then we'll get into etymology. Notice this. Seminary. So the word today we're doing is seminary. And if you guys know, get a little background, anybody that goes into certain denominations or religions of Christianity, go to seminary school. Go to the school for seminary, right? Go get their seminary training. And on and on and on and on and on with the seminary training. So you can get your degree and be a priest, a pastor, maybe even upper in the whatever church denomination you are that requires these degrees in schooling and stuff. But what makes me wonder when I see these things, the degrees in that, but when you read the Bible, it was about people having callings, not people choosing a job, but having a calling. Not people choosing a job, but being called. They would say being called to the ministry. He had a calling on his life, meaning who gave the calling? Did the one who gave the calling require a school? But that's another story. We're going to go into this right now. We're going to go into this. So right away we see in the Latin seminals of or belonging to a seed. Good for seed, from semen, genitive semis, seed, figurative sense, having the properties of seed attested by, look at the 1630s, right? Wow. So seminary actually means semen. So to go get your your degree, to go, and especially some of these denominations, you need a seminary degree. You need a semen degree. So that means you have to go to common school. Did you hear me? I called it common school. Trying to be funny a little bit, but also trying to wake you up what you're dealing with here. You're gonna get that side look tells me there's a revealing going on. What's really going through you, the mind of people going through this, right? Yeah. So was there any more to add on this page? We'll go right to the etymology and get into it. I see the etymology here. I'm not going to use this one, but because I have it already set up upstairs, but it wouldn't matter. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. It's funny because let's go here. All right. Seminary. We'll put it seminary. Now let's get into this. Blow your mind yet? You ever put that together? This is when you start knowing etymology and you can start putting things together and you're like, I see words and I go, I bet that's connected to that. Then somebody, Marissa will go, oh yeah. Huh. Why? Because I see it. What's the rules for etymology are very simple. This should be taught to us in the third grade. Again, I'm going to reference this purposely not. Just because you can speak eloquently, have 50 degrees, don't mean you know how to read. Because if you don't know how to read, but you don't comprehend what you read, and you don't know the etymology of what you read, you really don't know how to read. Facts, 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 facts. So here we go. This is waking up to realize where we live. Wow. Who are you? Wow. Plot of plants raised from the transplantation, Latin seminarium, plant, nursery, plot, breeding ground. Seminarius are pertaining to the seed from semen, genitive semenis, right? Seed. The literal sense is now obsolete. Figurative meaning, the place of origin. They're trying to get you to say it's obsolete. That's what I'm saying. This is where you waking up and you're knower, and you know when, because you have to learn to toss out, eat the meat, toss out the bone. If a part of what you're eating you don't like, don't eat it. That's what I'm saying. Know when they're trying to jive time you. Oh, it doesn't matter no more. No, it does matter. What made it stop? Just because you said so, or because the agenda is being pushed? Because this stuff wasn't in this just a few years ago. And then it will show you when they try to get it to be a figurative place, which was in the 1590s, 1580s, right? But before that, it was a school pertaining to priests, recorded from the 80s, a word used to generally names of places, education, especially academics, academies for ladies from 1850 to 1930, related to seminarial, related to semen. The ladies need to know about semen. It's just time to call it the punquitos for what they are. People, oh, here he goes. There's times I can get like, yeah, because the lies and when we find out the truth right in front of them, they still try to dance out. And there ain't no wiggle room on this part no more, on my part. You caught. I recognize you. I know what you are, right? Truth. Truth matters, and truth does not care about your feelings. It does not give a darn how you feel. Seminarian. Indo-European, we've talked about seminary. So semen and seminary school are the same. It's just mighty funny that these folks chose this, what to call it, to give the seed, because, and that's why I made the little joke quietly calling it a certain type of school, which you guys remember. Yeah, your seminary school is semen school or sperm school. It just is. I mean, folks, one gone, two gone. I think we read enough. It's right there in front of you. And if I put the word semen in and not seminary, it's going to say the same thing. It's connected to the seminary. You read the other one we read. So what am I here to say? Is that you go to these universities to get your degree. It's common school. It's going to learn about the seed, which is semen. I'm going to take this deeper though. Semen is why they call it it's semen, because it's going on an escapade into the waters of the deep. And it needs to be a semen, because the only one that makes it to shore is the one semen, the one frogman, we're going to keep calling him a semen. He breaks through, plows, bam, plows into the egg, right? We're going literally how this functions like this. Not in the religious sect. I mean, I see that, got a little clown world to it. I mean, I can see them jovially joking they chose that word for their school. I mean, really, clowns. But I also seen a deeper way, which I'm going to go into, how the semen is called the seaman. And that one seaman finds his way through the waters. Many go swimming, but only one gets there, right? And as he goes and plows into the egg, he creates a Humpty Dumpty and cracks the egg. And that allows the light to enter in. It is a portal. That's why it's a portal of light going through. I think you heard me recently talk on a video about the unicorn. It's ripping the core of the sky when it's flying. It's ripping a portal in it. A portal in, a portal out. And you can always find portals if you get into the place to find portals. And you do, because you change all the time. You're always birthing and rebirthing, right? This goes into birth and rebirth all the time. That's why I said you had to be born again. Born again. We're always being born again, because there's a reality that I'm snoozing in right now, because I'm here in this reality right now, but there's another reality that I'm asleep. Remember, we talked about the 7 different layers of us, the egg and its layers, the Humpty Dumpty story. He fell off a great wall. Humpty Dumpty was an egg. It's you, the egg, right? Because he's an egg. He's you. The egg has many layers. Many times there's an egg being broke. When one egg breaks, it allows a person to leave the portal and go to the other area or reality, almost like the unicorn flying through the air, ripping the etherical wall, like ripping through a portal. And then what comes through that? Being born again. You must be born. The being born again is from one area to another. Things I don't know and haven't experienced, I haven't been born to. Those that I have been born and had to have. See, the opposite of being born is not death. It's not. It's the opposite of being born is not death. Because you're going to be born again. You really don't die. And this is a reality that we have to know within ourselves, that sometimes even us, even in this, that know this and are aware of this, knowing that some of the things that you've been taught are just, like how many of you, some of you younger folks don't get this, but older girls, there used to be a show called, older ones do, there used to be this show called Our Gang. And there was a kid on one of the, I can't remember what his name is, one of the kids on there was, and we're going through when we're yeah, you know what I mean. So the awakening, as you keep going through it, that's why you have different aspects of yourself being experienced, because you're birthing through it. You're breaking the seal. That's also, you know where that's also represented in of the semen. The semen is like that. Going through, he broke into the egg, unicorn horn, cut right into there, broke it. What did he do? Created a whole new, shook it up. That egg got shaken up, cracked the egg. That would be really the hydrogen collider. That's what the hydrogen collider really is. It's breaking, creating a new portal, almost like a new creation, a new reality, new creation. And what you're doing all the time with your experiences. So I can see it on a very spiritual level, but then when you come to it in the dogma, the level, it's a crack up to me to use these terms, because they don't know dogma. And how many people have gone to seminary school and don't know what it really means? I got my degrees. Do you know that the word seminary school is about semen? They probably go, no. Well, especially especially one religion, that they can't ever have practiced that, right? I mean, you're not going to do that ever. Can't take a husband or a bride in that aspect. So what we're looking at is being birthed again and breaking the seal. This is even the whole story of being the virgin, having. Think about this. Now take it in a carnal way, spiritual way. Breaking the veil is also part of breaking through. When that is broken through, it's breaking the veil. If the veil hides the reality, that's the hidden is behind the veil. When you rent the veil or rip the veil, it's not hidden no more. And this goes into deeper understandings, deeper truths, deeper meanings, because you're actually going through the same process, even within yourself, to yourself, through yourself, to your next levels. It's at one level of this reality, you're here doing this, another level is another reality. You may be asleep. To that, when you get there, then it's the next, right? Because you're collaborating the broken pieces to bring them into one or wholeness. Because I tell you, when you do find out this ancient knowledge, and I haven't even got into it, I've mentioned it many times, it's about feminine and masculine energy. That's all there is. Tesla said it. The Tesla coil is the connection. Tesla said all the stuff we see being created. Now, Tesla talked about this 100 years ago, over 100 years ago. Yeah, I can make that phone. I could create free energy, but some people don't want free because they want to hold you charge. The reality, right? Anybody that says free, that's about the people. That don't go over well with the. Then that's why get on the work for yourself of yourself. The seaman, you were all seamen at one time. You know, that seaman looks like a fish coming out of the water. He's got to know how to swim in water, right? The seaman, the seaman, he's got to learn how to swim in water. He's got to move in the water. So when he finds the egg, he breaks it. That seaman does. We were all one. Can you consciously remember when you were a seaman? When you were a drip? Do you remember the physical part was stored in the egg of you? Because that's when you started manifesting light, that semen's light. Electromagnetic light. That's why people are drawn to each other. It's magnetic. There's people who repel each other, right? When the magnets don't come together. That's why, as much as we want to be a positive and negative, go. If your battery needs a jump, no, it's a jump. Jump up. Let's jump. Van Halen, right? Jump. If you need a jump, one more time, you can't just put you can't just put it on the terminal that's positive. You have to put on both sides, feminine and masculine. Remember, not in every instance is negative the positive. And you say, what do you mean? Ionization is all based on the positive is the healthy. Anything that's plus 0 and above is acidic or is dying, aging. It's like what happens when you take an apple. You all did it. Take an apple, cut it open, leave it there for 10 minutes, and what happens to the apple? It starts to age. You start seeing it's already turning brown. Yeah, it's already turning brown because it's not negative ions anymore. It's positive, which is acidic, not health. That's why they'll say there's a book written in about health, about cancer can't live in an alkaline diet. Why is it? What's alkaline? 0 and minus. The lower it is in the minus, or the higher minus, I'm telling you, if it's minus 10, I think an orange is minus 40, an alkaline. Meat and all that is always going to be in the plus. Alkaline water can be as much as, especially ionized alkaline water, as much as 800. Minus 800. Antioxidants. So why am I saying this? Don't always look as negative as being evil. We see negative and it's like people with negative attitudes. We call it negative, but remember, this varies on what you're talking about. Somebody may be that doesn't make them evil, right? They might be negative all the time. They're just cursing themselves by the words they speak, by their negativity, what they're producing and what they're creating out of their mouth. Yeah, you're a creator. Now you're talking about you're creating. You're the real seminary within you, or the real teaching. And it would really be more. You're earning degrees. It's funny they didn't go the degree system on that. They went into you have to go to seminary school. Yeah. More time I got to say, yeah, I get it. Why groups would do that, especially certain groups. Yeah, clearly to me why you did that. But the reality of it is, and then give people dogmatic words. I mean, doctrines, right? But anyways, it's not anyways. There's a way, right? This is you breaking through the veil. This is you breaking through the ether. This is you opening up your portals. How? By going through them. Something comes from the egg and the semen that produce something else, being born again, right? But there had to be a breaking of the egg when the light hit that egg and was able to, because it crashed into it, almost like a Big Bang Theory. Notice they talk about the Big Bang Theory and stuff, right? Well, think about it. What do we use in sexual talk for just regular cities? I mean, us just regular sexual talk. Oh, I mean, back in the day, don't get offended what I'm going to say. Because I'm going to say, oh, back to my banging somebody meant having sex. Because it's feminine and masculine, created a new reality, right? You're having something, entering something, and there's something deeper inside that's happening, right? That's entering and giving. And then you would have the egg or the semen looking to crash into the egg, and whichever got there first and was successful. There's only one winner in that. There's a lot of losers, because there ain't no second place prize. There ain't no participation trophies for that one. See what I'm saying? Yeah. But I'm telling you, this leads into why it is, because everything based on all these ancient knowledge and all the spiritual knowledge in every aspect, you go from every aspect. I've even known and watched videos from a Japanese girl, our nation girl, talking about ancient masonry, ancient mysticism, and ancient Tao with mysticism and Tao with Tao and in Buddhism, and even tantric Buddhism, which tantric's the word that the Hindus would use for getting the sex magic going that creates. And that's a whole different, I haven't jumped into that one yet. I want to be fully aware of what I'm jumping in and who's ready to receive that. But they all have it. All the occultist parts of them are all connected to that. Yeah. And then they have a school called, Semen School. Yeah. And you don't know the occultic meaning. Please wake up, folks. But I think if you're here and you're one that's be here, you know what I'm talking about. You get it. But you guys have a great day. So the word of the day was what? Seminary. What's it mean? Put it in the comments and look at it. Look at it again. Even Google a semen after doing seminary. But you seen it was there. You guys have a great day. I appreciate you. Like, share, comment. Please, and share.